There's real, and then there's movie real. So how far do you have to bend the laws of physics to make your audience actually buy it? Say hello to the man who made those choppers crash, animation supervisor Ken Stranahan. So when you're trying to figure out how to animate two helicopters colliding in midair and falling to the ground, what do you do? Where do you start?
Yeah, I actually did a lot of, we did get a lot of research because they're colliding helicopters. It's not the same as one just smashing into the ground.
Right.
You really get a lot more shrapnel flying off because when those blades hit, they would just cut through each other, and literally sever parts of the helicopter.
In computerese, it's called a hierarchy, the way object A affects object B. And finessing the blades on these whirlybirds is no small feat.
Every little part on the helicopter has a different dynamic. They have dynamics programs now that'll say, okay, well, I want to give this realistic properties. Like I want to give this weight and gravity.
Right.
And that seems pretty easy. You go, oh, we'll smash them together and it'll happen naturally, right?
Right.
But the problem is you can't direct it. It's not something you can say, well, I want it to happen now and I want the helicopter to swing around this way so it works with the action of the rest of the scene. So you really start off actually, hand animating a good portion of it.
Before he could get into the nuts and bolts of the scene, Ken worked with the director to nail down a previs animation.
Figure out where everything happens, and then you can really build in the dynamic.
Is this crash that we see operating under the real-life laws of physics?
Pretty much, yeah. There are some cheats they use to make the dynamics go faster. You set your gravity. You say, I want, this many G's of gravity. We know, okay, well, the rotor blades go this many revolutions per minute. We know where the center of gravity is when you're making it float, and you put a certain amount of drift on it so it looks natural.
Stick around to see me play with a real live Seahawk.
Okay, weapon launch here. I'm not gonna press that.
And we find out what it takes to crash one. Was there a gas tank beyond the tree there?
There could have been.
Get more Science of the Movies online. Check out sciencechannel.com/Science of the Movies. To find out how their CG choppers bend but don't break the laws of physics. Like in this crash scene from the day the Earth stood still. Would two choppers going down really create an explosion that big? Because that looks pretty big.
Yeah, that does look pretty good.
Was there a gas tank beyond the tree?
There could have been. Yeah, I think there could have been. But in my opinion, though, as long as it keeps the movie going and keeps the movie dramatic, that's what's important. I mean, the thing you don't want it to do is to draw you out of the story, to make you instantly go, well, that's ridiculous,
Right. Of course, these guys can't stretch the rules without knowing what the rules are.
You end up doing tremendous amounts of research. We got to go actually climb around on helicopters on one of my job and, talk to the pilots in person and get a lot of firsthand experience about the whole thing. And
did that really help you to be on a chopper and to talk to the pilots?
Unbelievably, yeah. It really, really does.
Not a bad idea.